In this video, I'm going to show you how to lay out a sheet metal box. However, instead of sheet metal, we'll be using paper. In this case, the box is going to be 4 inches by 3 inches by 2 inches tall. And if we unfolded this box here, we could end up with a shape that looks like this. You can imagine we fold up these 4 sides, and this being the bottom, and we'd end up with a shape like that. That's relatively easy, but we have a few things that we want to add to this shape, to this box. First one being what is called hems. Hems go here, and what they are is a folded over edge. By folding over that edge, it's not sharp, plus it's also going to guarantee that we have a nice straight line there. In our embossing, I showed you how to make hems with aluminum and the copper, but we have to plan for this ahead of time. So we're going to add our hems right here, and here, here, and here. As well, with this configuration, there'd be a little light shining through here, and it would be very hard to fasten this. So we're going to add what are called tabs. And those tabs, in this case, would be here, 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 here. Okay, what we need is your piece of graph paper. You could use a regular sheet of paper, but the graph paper is going to make it a little more easy, because what's important is we want really square 90-degree corners. Makes a big difference. And if I was working from one edge, I could measure up from the edge in this corner here, but in this case, we're not too concerned about losing material. If we were concerned about losing material, we'd have to be real careful and start in one corner. For this, we're going to start roughly in the middle. Now you can use the ruler. We can see each one of these squares is 1/4 of an inch. And I could count out 4, 8, 16, 4, 8, 12, 16 squares. So there are 16 quarters of an inch in 4 inches, or there's 4 per inch. They're 1/4 of an inch. Or if I use the ruler, that's more helpful. So 4 by 3, which is 12 squares. And I can finish that rectangle. Okay, now on our box, this is the bottom we have here. It should be right this part, and that's 4 inches by 3 inches. Now we have 2-inch high walls, where it's a 2 inches deep is the box. So now I have to come out this way 2 inches. Come out this way 2 inches. And continue that all the way around. So I'll show you, if you can plan ahead, how I'll do it on the next 2 walls there. Rotate my paper. I set this at 2, and I'm going to be going 2 plus 3 is 5, plus 2 more is 7. So that's 2 inches that way and 2 inches this way. And the same is true out here. So now I just have to close these off. Here you get the basic. If I cut this out, what I'm making here, I'd be able to fold this up and have something that resembles a box, but not the ideal situation for sheet metal because of the hems and the tabs. So this now, oops. So now I have to add my hems to this, and we're going to make them 1/4 of an inch. And with paper, it's not that big of a deal, but with sheet metal, we like to put a little bevel on here because of interference when we fold this. So I'm just making that 1 square less, and that makes a 45-degree angle. More here. All right, those are my hems, which are going to be folded over right here. Hem. And these are my tabs. And there's actually 4, but you don't see them. They'd be on the opposite side. Hems and tabs. Okay. And our hems are going to be 1/4 of an inch, which we just made them. And our tabs are going to be 1/2 of an inch, which we'll make next. So 2/4 equals 1/2. So our tabs are going to go right here and right here. As well as on this side. And you'll see as you fold the box what I'm talking about, interference. Sheet metal is much worse. Paper can overlap pretty easily. Okay, so that is the process for laying out our 3 by 4 by 2 inch high box. And you will cut this out, and I will show an example of the finished project after I cut this out.